Hey, here we are again. Mike Milnarik with you. Just a short update, hopefully short. Every time I say it's short, it's never that short. Sorry about that. Just an update on where my progress is, and the only reason why I'm talking about my progress is hopefully it is giving you some impetus for progress on your end. Um, One of the things that I think is what I've been trying to do is I have been trying to figure out a few things. Um, One major thing is when I was more successful with things, the things that I want to accomplish, what kind of mindset was I in, and what kind of things was I doing? So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm also trying to figure out when I was happier, because like I said, um, in some ways I've never been more happy, and then in other ways I've never been unhappier. So it's kind of screwed up. So I'm trying to figure out that happy place. Where was it? Why did I walk down the hallways at Boston University and have a couple people say to me that I'm always smiling and I'm always happy, and I can think of the reasons, and I'm trying to get back to we'll never get back to there again, of course, because that was a different time and a different place, but I'm just trying to figure out what triggered that, why I was so happy all the time, and that kind of thing. So that's another thing that I'm trying to get to. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is, it's kind of funny because as musicians, we have to do things in increments, and we have to develop habits. And our subconscious mind and our conscious mind are two different things. The conscious mind, you're thinking about things and you're actually trying to make things happen, but a lot of times that doesn't really do a whole lot. It can help. Don't get me wrong. You need to have your conscious mind to be creative and try to figure out which way forward. But we have so many ingrained habits of the way we have done things over time that the subconscious mind is the one that has all those habits in it, and then it controls things, and then we get derailed really easily because our subconscious mind says, no, this is the way we've always done it. This is the way we're going to continue to do it. And then we get stuck. So as I just mentioned, we have to do things in small increments. And so in music, one of the things that I talk to my students about, but this works for everything, not just musicians, is that we have to take things and break them down into smaller bits. And then those smaller, simple bits that are difficult at first, because everything that we haven't done before or aren't good at or haven't done for a while, or we're trying to replace a habit, is difficult. And that goes for a whole list of things. So it's difficult because we're fighting those natural tendencies. So the natural tendencies are sometimes where I personally get myself in trouble. And that's what I am understanding more and more. I mean, I've understood it. I think I put it to the side because I didn't want to hear about it. The subconscious mind doesn't want to hear it because it's like, well, this is the way you do things. And what we need to do is those natural tendencies have to be pushed through with discipline. And so discipline is what gets us to go against our natural grain. And the more we do something, the better we get at it, and because it starts becoming a habit. But the thing that we really want to do is we want to break it down into as small chunks as possible to make those little things that we're trying to change simple. Simple's the key word, is trying to make them simple. Like, here's a real life example. If you are somebody like me that sometimes gets aggravated in traffic, you get cut off, you're sitting in traffic, you're doing all this stuff, and sometimes you just your blood starts boiling. Well, one of the things that I've been trying to do to work on myself is not react. That's easier said than done, but I've been pretty good at it. I've been very happy with myself. There's been a number of times where I could have reacted and I could have given some hand signs and all that stuff, but I actually was just deep breath, no big deal. What's it going to solve? And I'm trying really hard to take situations and trying to rethink them in a different way of like, really, what does it matter? You know what I mean? So it's I'm trying to reframe that. So that's one thing. That's one small thing, but that can permeate into other things that sometimes aggravate us, and then we get excited about and that kind of thing. So I think small steps are really important. So that also means when you're trying to progress at something, it's really important to take like these little things that are simple and realize that we have to do this in a easy way, a simple way, so that we can accomplish it. But we also have to be patient with ourselves. The biggest problem that we have is that people prepare. I'm guilty of this myself. I've got a bazillion business books I read all the time, or at least I used to. And so I'm preparing for the future. But when's the future coming? And it's just like, I got myself to a point where it's just like I feel like I'm always preparing, but I'm not doing as much. So I'm realizing that kind of thing, and I'm trying to incorporate more of that, of like, what little increment can I make today that I can keep doing on a regular basis, make it become a habit. And then when we get all these little habits or all these little things that are becoming habits, then once they are habits, they start firing all together. Now, that's how we make music. That's how musicians do it, because we get all these little habits working, and then we don't think about all these little things when we're reading a piece of music. We put it all together when we go to perform, and our subconscious says, okay, we have to do this whole list. But we're not thinking that. We just do it because it's now habit. So that's kind of where I'm at today. This is just a short one. I've got a lot of other stuff. I've been completely consumed in changing myself, and it's really I've got lots of other stuff that I think I can share that would be really helpful, and I want to do that, and I will be making more videos. But for now, I just wanted to get something up and just say, basically, find the little increments, figure out what you want to do, what's the big accomplishment. That could be either professionally, personally, behaviorally, dietary, which is also another thing that I'm making a major change, and I'm trying to do that in little increments. But some of it happened a lot all at once, which was good, and I'm happy about that. But I'm a little concerned that it's not sustainable. So I'm trying to make some little habits happen more. So, but any of that kind of stuff, figure out the big picture first, and then figure out something small, a tiny thing that you can do, and you can push yourself. Sometimes pushing yourself slightly past what you know you can do will actually get you into that next phase, into that next place. If you always do something the way that you know you can, you'll stay there. Same thing for musicians. If you stay right where you're at, where you feel comfortable and you do it well all the time, you're not going to get better. You're only going to stay at that point. So that goes for everything. So if you can find little things that you can do well, start developing a habit, but then trying to push yourself just past that. Maybe it's something physical that you weren't able to do before, and now you're trying to reach that next plateau. Don't go from point A to point Z. Go from point A to point A.1, A.2, A.3, and get up to 8.9, and then 10 would be B. Do the little things and make those really, really good, and make those habits happen. And then we have a better chance. Because I'm doing this myself. I'm just sharing what I'm trying to do. So I hope it helps somebody else and stuff. So I'm not an expert here. I do know certain things because I do have confidence, very strong confidence in certain areas. I've been a musician for a very long time. I've been a teacher for a very long time. I've seen results when I teach my students, and I started thinking about how can I take what I know and break it down into how to, in a non-musical way, make myself better. That's where I'm at right now. So anyway, I'm pretty sure this one's shorter than the other ones, but anyway, I hope that helps. See what you think, and we'll talk to you next time. Take care. Bye.